And this is my original Canon film photography set. Actually, this is an A-1 camera, absolutely manual focus, but it has, of course, a decent light meter and metering system. It works excellently. I took a number of great photos with this camera. I used to have an AE-1P camera. That was my first, but then I sold it because of some reasons. But now this is what I have here. This is with a 1.4 50mm lens. This is really an excellent small camera. The only caveat is that it is manual focus. And recently I decided to go for autofocus, especially because I have two granddaughters, a 5 and a 3 years old girls, and they are really agile. So anyhow, and I used to have a quite big lens collection for FD lenses. I used to have maybe about 10, some of them were quite expensive. And then the only two lenses I kept and still have, this is the 50mm, and I also have this infamous FD 85mm 1.2 lens. Definitely I don't use it. This lens is in excellent shape, enormously big front element, but it's very hard to focus. But the lens is quite in excellent condition. And then the digital pair or companion for this lens is, of course, again a Sony. This is actually how I started. I bought a number of these FD lenses. I think this is quite a straightforward and typical scenario when you go into the Sony system. Then quickly after you start collecting manual focus, all-time inexpensive or affordable lenses. These FD lenses are quite decent, affordable. However, this one is quite expensive, so because this is a kind of rarity. And then with the adapter, this is really an inexpensive version, but definitely you can buy a quite decent quality adapters either from Metabone. So if you want something, if you love FD lenses, I highly recommend to buy a Metabone's adapter, which looks a lot better than this one. But I definitely didn't need that precision, especially because of this manual focus thing. So there, focus peaking and all your system works just excellently with an inexpensive FD lens, because there is not any electronics there. But anyhow, so my Sony camera, then just a quick recap, can serve well, of course, my E-mount lenses. I have a couple of them, quite decent ones, which I share with my daughter, who has the Sony Alpha 7 III version for her professional photography projects. I use the Sony A7 for FD lenses, like so, and I also use this with the Alpha mount adapter with Minolta lenses, and therefore it's an excellent companion for Minolta film cameras. As well as I have also the Canon EOS lenses, which I use excellently with my Metabones adapter and the Sigma adapter. Both works excellently with Canon EOS lenses, and therefore this camera with these adapters is also again excellent digital companion for an EOS film camera. I have the EOS 300X camera. So, and then this Sony system, however, is not really okay for Nikon lenses. So far, I haven't seen and haven't read any good reports of an adapter that works excellently with the Nikon autofocus lenses. Of course, there are a number of, and I also used to have Nikon adapters for AFD lenses, manual focus lenses, but not with autofocus. So Sony doesn't work with Nikon autofocus technology. So that's where, when you want a mirrorless system, Sony serves everything except Nikon. So if you have a big collection of Nikon autofocus G lenses, then you should go for the Z cameras if you want to use mirrorless technologies. Anyhow, so this was my manual focus system.